Well, it's time to talk about him. Nick Bluetooth. Arguably the goofiest and weirdest Galidor set ever. But he does have a few tricks up his sleeve. Whether that's the brilliant array of pieces that can be used to make awesome creations, or some of his other quirky designs. There's more than meets the eye on this oddball LEGO set, which might just be the most cursed LEGO set ever. So let's dive in and see how strange it really is, or is this set secretly a banger? Let's find out. Nick Bluetooth, the hero of Galidor. You love him, right? He's your favorite LEGO set. Of course he's your favorite. I mean, look at him. He's a dude in grey jeans and a medium violet top. Haven't you just dreamed of owning a set that looks this ordinary? He's just some dude. I mean, to be fair, medium violet is a rather rare LEGO color, so that is actually pretty great. Yeah, otherwise, he is just some dude. But he does boast some pretty solid posability. I had a ton of fun posing and playing with him when I was taking photos for this video. He may seem boring at first glance, but there is a lot of play value right here. He also comes with this really awesome piece. It's a trans-medium blue, space iPad. Bricklink calls this a Galidor accessory map. I really like it. This would be a great accessory for any Hero Factory mock, maybe even a Bionicle creation. Just a fun little thing for them to handle. Now, this is actually a bit of a harder to find LEGO piece. I was speaking to some friends about it who know a lot about Bionicle, but a bunch of them had no idea this even existed. In fact, if you want to buy one on Bricklink, well, none are for sale. One of them sold back in May for 21 Aussie dollars. So look, it's not exactly cheap. But given that so few have sold or are even for sale now, I get the sense that people maybe lose these things. I've spoken to people where that's been the case, and I mean, just look at this. It'd be pretty easy to assume that this isn't LEGO. It barely looks it. But that being said, I reckon this is the most exciting piece in this set. Very versatile and very cool. Oh, but the most exciting play feature, it's time, of course. It's Nick's iconic Glinching powers. Nick has a massive reserve of hyper-glinch energy in his body, and as a result, he's able to glinch by himself. Which is not some sort of inappropriate thing you do in your room alone. No, it's the ability to transform sections of your body into anything you can imagine. No, I did not make that up, that is all 100% canon. I got this from the wiki. In fact, there's something on the wiki here. There's this list of all of the times that Nick has glinched himself. And you're like, oh man, this list must be wild, right? If he can turn his body into anything he can imagine, the list must be huge. Nope, apparently he transformed himself twice in the show. Alright, Nick. Alright. So yeah, the set gives you some booster engines so that you can simulate that glinching power. It does have a play feature. You can press down on the back and it launches these rubber missiles. Not bad. I mean, this looks incredibly goofy. But once again, I had so much fun posing and playing with this toy. That's the thing about Galidor. It is so cursed, so strange, so weird, but it's also downright charming. This strange fever dream nightmare, it's unlike anything we've ever seen before, or anything we will ever see in the future of LEGO. There's just like a weird beauty to this, even if the beauty is just that you can use these pieces in these sets to build creepy, unholy meme creations. There is beauty in that. I don't know, man, I unapologetically adore Galidor. Its weirdness is what makes it awesome. But I also think its pieces are what makes it awesome, especially on Nick Bluetooth. Let's take a closer look at these elements and see how you can use them in your own custom creations. Because honestly, there's a ton of really helpful pieces right here. We'll kick things off with those booster engine elements. I'm a big fan of how New Montag has used them here, flipping it around and making it into a weird head design. Heck yeah! I like how leaving out that missile piece, it gives this head a bit of an eye. It's a good look. Joxon also uses this same piece in a very creative way. We've got two of them down below forming a leg design. And it's a nice idea to add in some of these violet lift arms to give it a bit more of a pronounced shoe. I mean, this is easily one of the most original legs I've ever seen. It's sick. And just to show you how good this piece is, here is a third mock that uses this piece. It's built by Dylan Meaves. And at the back of this highway car, yeah, you'll see some of these pieces. Isn't this just the perfect finishing touch to round off this radical racer? Oh yeah, and then that rubber projectile. Keep that in mind because the next mock uses it. But it also uses that delightful transparent map piece. Prince Galidor has built this sick speeder bike. The trans blue element, in this context, it could be some kind of data readout that the rider can look at as they're zooming around on the bike, or perhaps it's some kind of engine. Whatever it is, it looks good. And then using those rubber pieces as handlebars? Oh, genius. Two brilliant ways of using these brilliant pieces. Nick's torso, as well as his jean pants. Let's look at those next. Doom District combines these pieces with some other Galidor parts from other sets. But I like how he's added in some robotic limbs on the arms. These use other Bionicle and Technic pieces, and I think it's a great reminder that, hey, Galidor can connect with Bionicle, System, Technic, whatever. And if you use that to your advantage, you can make great stuff like this. Or you can make great stuff like this. This is built by Spark Art. I like how this looks like a robot that's just wearing clothing. It's a very interesting blend of textures. So, hey, I mean, if you want to make a mock that looks like it's wearing clothing, use these pieces. That's exactly what it's going to look like. And it's going to look good. All right, let's keep things cursed and we'll talk about Nick's arm piece. Old mate Kevin H attaches these so that it looks like he's wearing a sick robotic suit, but his arms, well, they're unarmored. Kevin has also attached other various limbs from, I believe, Belleville and Scala figures. And yeah, it looks very strange. But hey, cursed designs are in the DNA of Galidor. So something strange like this, I think it works well. And finally, we have the severed head of Nick Bluetooth. How could you use that? Well, I like how Dr. Planet has used it. Building a sick mech suit with some system and Technic pieces, and then just leaving space up the top to put this head. It really sells the idea that it is a mech suit with a rider inside it. And then hey, you can take a photo like this where it looks like they've stepped outside of that mech suit. Even though in reality that's not the case, you've just popped the head off and put it back on the body. Look, I think this is a solid concept that's been executed very well, and you could do the same. And actually, this headpiece leads us into the final segment, where we're going to discuss some revamps of the set. One is creepy, and one is actually pretty cool. Here we go. The first one is by Mitch Henry, and it turns Nick Bluetooth into some kind of human centipede. I mean, with the concept of glinching, this feels like it actually could happen in the world of Galidor. Now you might have noticed that little mini Nick Bluetooth torso. Where does that come from? Well, it's from this McDonald's polybag set that features a teeny tiny version of our friend. So yeah, playing with the varying sizes, it certainly leans into that creepy aesthetic. I do actually own that polybag, by the way. If you want to see me do a video on that, just let me know and I will. But yeah, this is delightfully strange. I dig it. And then here's a cool one. This is made by Paul Lee. So this isn't Nick himself, but it does take that headpiece and places it inside an awesome spacesuit, which is basically a revamp of Nick Bluetooth. I think it fits. And you know, this just goes to show these Galidor human heads, honestly, they can look brilliant when you put them in the right context. And even slapping one of those trans clear bubble windscreen pieces on top, what an awesome way to finish this off. It's great to see a very system heavy spacesuit. Even little details like the printed tiles on the arms. There's even more on the torso and there's stickers on the wings. This looks wonderful. Stickers and prints, they can just add so much life to a creation. You know, it would actually be so cool to see every Galidor character revamped in this style, giving them hyper detailed system bodies and mech suits and stuff like that. Honestly, I'd love to see it. This is dope. And that, everyone, is Nick Bluetooth. A creepy, but also very cool set. Now, don't forget to check the links below where you can find more from the builders I featured today. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Happy building, and bye for now.